But, after trying to be a multifamily syndicator for about 4 years, just realized that, the perfect investment is not perfect if you have to overpay and if you have to over leverage and if you have to assume extremely aggressive underwriting and if you have to if interest rates have to stay at 5,000-year lows, and if you have to believe that trees will grow to the sky, and I'm talking about rent growth, just because it's grown for 9.5% in Tucson the last 7 years, doesn't mean it will continue to. In fact, it's a good reason to believe it won't continue. And so we got really nervous. I was in my mid 50s and I thought, I don't want to make the mistakes I did before. My wife's tired of this entrepreneurial roller coaster of boom and bust. And so we pulled back and said, you know what? We don't want to play in this game anymore, at least not right now during this boom. And we found out the perfect investment was not perfect at all.
Okay. And what year is that approximately?
That was about 2018. We
Okay.
retooled the company in 2018. And we launched our first two funds in 2019.
Okay. So with these funds, what are the major differences? Because I know you mentioned a number of other commercial assets you invest in, but you did also mention multifamily. So is it the structure of these funds? Is it that you're more diversified amongst different asset classes within commercial real estate? What's the major change?
Yeah, I would ask the audience to consider picturing a curve that starts in the bottom left corner and then it goes up and to the right, like it's like an ascending curve. Um, and it's that's the 80-20 curve, which means basically, of course, we all know the Pareto principle. The top 20% of the operators and deals get the top 80% of the results and all that stuff. Well, if you go up that curve, if you can pick the very best, let's say the top 5 or 10% of the operators and the top 5 or 10% of the deals, your results will be far, not a little, but far, far safer than the 50th percentile and far, far more profitable because the very top ones, they capture a huge inordinate percentage of the best results.